I am not a happy bunny, no. Denise Van Outen should not be on EastEnders. I repeat, for anyone hard of hearing who didn't read my lips, Denise Van Outen should not be in EastEnders. Now, those of you who follow my posts on Facebook or Twitter or know me at all know how close to my heart EastEnders is and how it hurts me how the BBC are ruining this show when they've done so many great things with Casualty and Holby. Why they continue, but this is the last straw. Dominic Treadwell-Collins, who has been the EastEnders showrunner for over a year now, at first had my support. He spoke a good game, he said all the right things, and I thought we were going the right way. Last year I became frustrated because we had an awful summer in EastEnders, lots of drag-outs, lots of waste of times. I became frustrated with the direction Dominic Treadwell-Collins was taking. But then I got all excited about, again, when we got to October and we really were having some great episodes, and I was giving the guy credit. And then we had EastEnders Live, which was fabulous. Since EastEnders Live, the quality of the show has gone back to being atrocious again. But I could handle that. On EE Live, I was also really excited with the Cafe reveal. That was awesome, as you all know. And I was heaping praise on Dominic Treadwell-Collins. Then all of a sudden, for some reason, he's decided to cast loads of familiar faces. Bonnie Langford, June Whitfield, R&B comedian. Now, I can live with R&B comedian because he's actually a good actor. He's really surprised me and I think the character's going to be brilliant. But to cast people just because they're familiar to people and not to cast actors and get people to audition, let me just tell you, right, why I'm so anti-Denise Van Outen on EastEnders. First of all, I'm sure Denise Van Outen is a lovely girl. I'm sure she's a great laugh down the pub. I'm sure she's got loads of mates that adore her. And she's a good friend. But we're not talking about nice people or bad people or people who deserve to be successful, people who don't want to be successful. Denise Van Outen shouldn't be in EastEnders because Denise Van Outen is not at the level that is needed to be an actor on EastEnders. You've all seen her, boys and girls. Is it me? Am I making it up? Am I being nasty? Am I being unfair? Or can Denise Van Outen act? She can't, can she? She's very monotone. It's just like watching Denise Van Outen, not the character. The name of the character was it Carrie Smart, or as I call her, Carrie Not So Smart. There is no way this is good. And then for Dominic Treadwell-Collins to talk about making her full-time is like going like this to Tony Holland, Julia Smith and Corinne Hollingworth. And some of you will say, who's Corinne Hollingworth? She didn't create EastEnders, Tony and Julia did, and that's correct. Corinne Hollingworth was one of the biggest, most cleverest brains on EastEnders in its most successful era, the Grant and Phil era. She was the one who came up with the idea. She was the one who cast Ross and Steve. She was brilliant, and even anyone who will ask Ross Kemp and Steve McFadden about Corinne Hollingworth will say she was a genius. And Corinne was a genius because she, even when El Dorado was having very low ratings, she went over to Spain, started working on the show, and she was that far away from saving El Dorado. But let's go back to Denise Van Outen being on EastEnders. She can't act. The girl can't act. She should not be on the show. Listen, if she had a cameo being a newsreader or something like that, I could have lived with it. But this girl is not at the quality to be in EastEnders, and it's outrageous. And it hurts me as an amateur writer, as a fan of storytelling, a big fan, a television, TV drama fan, a movie fan. It just is really, as I say, a kick in the balls for me. When I heard a journalist the other day say, EastEnders star Denise Van Outen, that hurt, because she should not be on the show. She should not be on the show. And this is why the BBC need to look at what they're doing to this show. And also, Dominic Treadwell-Collins is beginning to show, well, he's been showing it for a while now, that he should be not running the show. Again, Dominic Treadwell-Collins comes across as a nice guy, blah, blah, blah. But again, we're not here to talk about nice people. We're here for EastEnders. Me, and all of you EastEnders fans, you are Dominic Treadwell-Collins' boss. You are Danny Dyer's boss. You are Kenny Bright's boss. You're all of their bosses because you pay your licence fee, you pay their wages, and without you, they wouldn't have a show to make. That's the end of it. And they owe you, at the very least, a compelling, awesome, epic EastEnders like we were used to 15, 20 years ago. But you're not getting that. You're getting a show they think you should have. Well, that's not good enough. That is not transparent. A show like EastEnders must be transparent. There must be a good relationship, especially with Twitter now, between the fans and the producers. And the producers are not listening to us. They don't care what we want. It's this attitude of, oh, you can't please everyone. Of course, you can't please every single person, but that should be your aim, your ambition. That's what you should be striving to do, even if you never do it. You must please as many people as possible. But people are not happy. 70% of the viewers are not happy. But because it's EastEnders, because of the name, it gets 5 to 6 million viewers, even 7 million sometimes. And talking about viewers, did Denise Van Outen's first episode really have that high numbers? It did okay, didn't it? But who is Denise Van Outen? She's nothing special. I mean, we're not talking about Marlon Brando playing Superman's dad here. We're talking about Denise Van Outen. And who is she? She's a pretty woman. She's a beautiful woman. But that doesn't mean that she should be on EastEnders. And if the rumours are right that she's getting more than the other full-time members, again, that's something else that has to be discussed. But remember, people, it's not about just saying, oh, they're the ones running it. We don't know how to run a TV show. We may not know the mechanics of running a TV show, but we know a good story and we know a good character. And that's not what they're doing. And that's why I've constructed my EastEnders concept, the Crime War, Black Widow. And that's why I'm constructing a concept to bring back El Dorado as an EastEnders spin-off by at first introducing Marcus Tandy to the EastEnders universe, and there's lots of ways and lots of ideas. Basically, anyone who agrees with me, anyone who's as angry with me, anyone who's angry as I am, I can't even get my words out, I'm so emotional about this. Not just about Denise Van Outen, but the way the show's being run. The disregard for what Tony and Julia created. Just being slung. Just Tony and Julia's memory. I mean, they've been passed away for a while now. They've just been given the finger, as I've already said. That isn't right. Because if you want to make a completely different show, why not call it something else? And that's something that Dominic Treadwell-Collins has said before. Dominic Treadwell-Collins has talked about EastEnders not being a comfy bath. But the problem with Dominic is he says the right things, he says some great things, but then he goes and does something else. Now, if it's the case that he wants to do what I want to do, and he wants EastEnders to be what I want, and what most of the high percentage of the fans do, and it's the BBC's thing, then I apologise to him if it's not him and it's them. That kind of thing. But if he's, I believe that Denise Van Outen, Bonnie Langford, etc., are his decisions, and they're bad decisions. I'm sure he's a Bonnie Langford fan, but you can't bring Bonnie Langford as a Muslim character's mother because you used to like her when you were younger. That is not right. Now, we have to act. We can't. All we can do is not watch. If their viewers are not enough, the BBC will have to act. And then they will have to come to someone like me. Yes, I have no experience of television, but I'm an ideas man. And I can come up with some really ambitious ideas. I can make this show the biggest show in the world, as I said before. But this is outrageous. Because the quality of actor on the show is not as good. And I'm not talking about all the actors before people start on me. I'm talking about a handful of the actors should not be on the show. And to cast someone like Denise Van Outen when she can't act, and it's embarrassing to watch, is disrespectful to you, me, but especially to Tony Holland, Julia Smith, and Corinne Hollingworth. Those memories are not being respected. And as I say, if you feel as strongly as I do, find the Facebook page. I want to run EastEnders. It's my page. Let's get this thing going. Let's get the right people running this show. That's all I've got time for. See you later. See you later.